Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. And we got the final game of this three-game series between the Braves and the Reds. The final game of this little tribute to Pete Rose. And it is May 24th, 1978. We have Jerry Royster leading off playing second base for the Braves, batting second and playing center field Brian Asselton, batting third playing right field Gary Matthews, batting fourth playing left field Jeff Burris, batting fifth doing the catching is Biff Pocoroba, batting sixth and playing first base Dale Murphy, batting seventh playing shortstop is Darrell Chaney, batting eighth playing third base is Ron Gilbreth, batting ninth doing the pitching is Jamie Easterly. Let's take a look at the hometown Cincinnati Reds. Leading off, the man we're doing this for, Pete Rose, playing third base, batting second, playing center field Dave Collins, batting third, playing second base Joe Morgan, batting fourth, playing left field George Foster, batting fifth, playing shortstop Davey Concepcion, batting sixth, playing first base Don Driesen, batting seventh, playing right field is Ray Knight. Batting eighth, doing the catching Don Warner, and batting eighth, doing the catching Don Warner, batting ninth, doing the pitching Paul MOSKAU. And let's get down to the game, folks. And you see Atlanta's upcoming schedule. They leave Philadelphia and go home, take on the Phillies for 3 games, and then these same Reds come to Atlanta to play. We got Jerry Royster leading off, batting .301 with no homers and 15 RBIs. Going up against Paul MOSKAU. This is his third start. He's 1-1 with a 4.15 ERA. Here's the pitch to Jerry. And he gets a hold of this. Royster is smoking hot here in this series, folks. He is one of the few. Well, the Braves are hitting and just not pitching. That is the problem. Let's add this here. There we go. See where this ball ends up at. And that ball is hitting the gap in right field. Jerry Royster's got himself a leadoff double. The Braves are in business here in the top of the first, but we've seen this before. Now you got Brian Asselton coming up. Brian's batting .207 with 1 homer and 9 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. And that'll be out number 1. 1 down here in the top of the first. And Matthews is up. And he is batting .250 on the year, 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Matthews walks on down the first. Now you got runners on first and second and 1 out for Jeff Burris. See if he can drive some runs in here. Get the Braves on the board early. Jeff Burris is batting .289 on the year with 5 homers and 22 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. Braves are going to get on the board here in the top of the first. And that's going to be a double in the left field. And Matthews Matthews is going to stay put at third with 1 out here. So that's a RBI double by Burris. Runners at second and third and only 1 out. And Biff Pocoroba's up now. See if Biff can do something here and extend this lead. If you watch the first 2 games, you know the Braves can blow a lead here. Biff batting .288 on the year, 4 homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And let's see, a 63. And with the defense back, runners will advance. The only play will be over to first. So that's a 6-3 put out. And the Braves extend the lead to 2-0. Now you got Dale Murphy up with 2 outs and a runner down at third. Murph increased this lead to 3-0. Murphy's batting .208 with 8 homers and 14 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. 8 and a 9. And that's going to be a nice play out there in right field by Ray Knight. His first start of the year. And that'll end the inning. The Braves scored 2. We go to the bottom of the first. Braves 2. Reds due up with Rose, Collins, and Morgan. Pete Rose is batting .320 right now. Hitting the cover off the ball in this tribute series. He's got 2 homers and 20 RBIs. And Jamie Easterly making his 3rd start, his 9th appearance. He's 1-1 with a 4.12 ERA. And here's the pitch to Pete. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Rose out. First time they've gotten Rose out to lead off the game in this series. Dave Collins is up now batting a .188. No homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jeff Burrison left for out number 2. And that brings up Joe Morgan now. And Morgan is batting .242 on the year with 5 homers and 19 RBIs. And that's going to be another fly ball out to left field. And the Reds go down 1-2-3. Go to the top of the second. It's a 2-0 Braves lead. And we got Cheney, Gilbreth, and Easterly due up here. And Cheney's batting .326 on the year, folks, with 1 homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Collins in center field for out number 1. And you got Ron Gilbreth up now. Gilbreth's batting .238, no homers and 13 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this, smacks that ball in the right field. Now he can't get to this one. He takes it on the hop. That'll be a 1-out single by Gilbreth. And Jamie Easterly's going to try to bunt him down the second. He is 0 for 5 on the year. See if he can do a nice bunt here. And a 30. That ball will be bunted down the third. Rose is up with it. Only plays over to first. And that'll be out number 2. But the runner does get in the scoring position. For Jerry Royster, who's been smoking hot. He doubled and started this game off and came around to score. Can he double in a run this time? And that might just be a single here. Let's see. Against the 9. 9. Nope, that's a nice play down there at short by Concepcion. He fires over to first. That'll be out number 3. We're going to move the second baseman and shortstop back some more. Give me 1 second here. We're going to make this look a little more pleasing to the eye. Yeah, do that. Let's see here. Looks a little better here. See if that'll look a little better. Now you got Foster, Concepcion, and Dreesen due up here. George is batting .316 on the year, 12 homers and 43 RBIs. And that's going to be a double to lead off the inning. And here we go. Braves now. See if Easterly's going to get smacked around here. In the second, we got Davey Concepcion up batting .264, no homers and 11 RBIs. And sure enough, that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And Matthews does not have that great of an arm. And that's going to be a 46. He's going to score with no throw. So it's already cut the lead in half and still nobody out here. In the bottom of the second, Concepcion's down at first. Dan Driesen to the plate. And Dan is batting .218 on the year with 2 homers and 17 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Dan. And that's going to be a 11. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Concepcion's going to stop at second and still nobody out. And here we go. Braves pitchers driving you crazy. And up to the plate steps Ray Knight. This is Knight's first appearance of the year. He batted .200 with 1 homer and 4 RBIs in 78. Here's the pitch to Knight. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. A big strikeout there by Easterly for out number 1. And now you got Paul Warner up. Can they get the ground ball double play and get out of this mess with only 1 run scoring? Don is batting .148 with no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Matthews in right field for out number 2. And that brings up Paul MOSKAU. And Paul's batting .250 because we don't need no stinking DH. No homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Burris. And that'll end the inning, but the Reds score 1, cut the lead in half. It's 2-1 Braves. We got the Astleton, Matthews, and Burris due up here in the top of the third. And Brian's 0 for 1 today. He flew out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Paul strikes him out for out number 1 here in the top of the third. Brings up the big boys now. Matthews walked and came around the score in the first. That's going to be a ground ball down to Pete Rose. He fires over to Dan at first for out number 2. So it's up to Jeff Burris, who doubled and drove in a run his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Braves will take it. Get a runner down at first with 2 outs for Biff Pocaroma. And Biff, he grounded out but drove in a run his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Morgan. He throws it over to first for out number 3. The Braves strand 1. We go to the bottom of the third. We got the top of the order due up here for the Reds. We got Rose, Collins, and Morgan. Pete struck out his first time up. Not this time, folks. Pete's still red hot. He squares this one up. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field. And Pete Rose has got himself a lead-off double here in the third. Now, Tyne runs down at second. Go ahead, runs at the plate, and Davy Collins. Collins flew out the left. First time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right. And let's see with Pete's speed, will he be able to advance here? 44. Yeah, 66 is the only way Matthews throws him out, is a 66. 66. And he's in there easily, so Pete gets down the third. Now with 1 out. Morgan's up. And Rays will play back for the out and try not to give up the big inning here. Morgan's 0 for 1. He flew out the left. And that's going to be a pop-up. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Easterly with a big strikeout. Now there's 2 outs. And Pete's still down at third. Nice job by Jamie. And Foster's up. He's 1 for 1 today. He doubled and came around to score in the second. And we just dropped the dice. Now it's an official game. Cheney's up with it and fires down the first base. Now to win the inning. So the old 6-3 put out. And the Reds leave Pete down at third. Jamie pitches around that. Now we're to the top of the fourth. We got Murphy, Cheney, and Gilbreth. And Dale, he flew out to right his first time up. Not this time, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is out of here. Kiss it goodbye. His 9th homer of the year. Dale Murphy put a charge into that one. And it is now a 3-1. We got Cheney up. He's 0 for 1 today. He flew out the center his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the rows. He fires over to Dan for out number 1. And Gilbert's up now. He singled his last time up back in the second. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Knight in right field for out number 2. And now you got Easterly up. And he had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that'll end the inning. But Murph puts the Braves on the board here in the 4th inning with a home run. The Braves lead this game 3-1. You got Concepcion due up, followed by Greason and Knight. And Davey, he had an RBI single back in the second. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. Jeff's got it for out number 1. And now you got Greason up. And Dan, he singled his first time up back in the second. And that's going to be an infield hit. So a 1-out hit for Dan. And Ray Knight's up now. And Knight, he struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a 39. Catcher, 61 and a 7. Probably going to be fielding column number 3. Yep. And that's going to be a rare play with a runner down at first. And at 39. Re-roll some dice. 63. And a 39. 28. Team hit by pitch. Is he an HB0? No, he's not. So that's going to be a. Let's see here. We'll have to re-roll the dice of team. I think they're column 2. It's going to be a single. It's going to be a single, and the runner's going to get the third. Single in the right field. And the runner will get down the third. Not what you want here. If you're the Braves, first and third, 1 out. They'll play back for the double play. Try to get out of this damn inning with nobody scoring. And let's see if they can get a ground ball here by Warner here. Warner flew out to right his first time up. And not this time. That's going to be a 36. And And that's going to be a wild pitch, and the runner's going to score. So not what you wanted there. Now it's a 3-2 ball game on the wild pitch by Jamie. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Now there's no double play. That's going to be a fly ball out the left. Burris makes the catch for out number 2. And it's up to Palm. See what MOSKAU can do. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And that's the inning. But the Reds get 1 run back, make it a 3-2 ball game as we go to the top of the 5th. Got the top of the order due up here for the Braves. Royster, Asselton, and Matthews. Royster's 1 for 2 with a double. Here's the pitch to Jerry. And that's going to be well hit in the right field. Knight's not going to get to that one. And that's going to drop in for a base hit. Royster's down at first. And now you got Brian Asselton up here. And Brian is 0 for 2, flown out and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And they'll get the runner out at second. Unable to turn the double play. Now you got Asselton down at first for Gary Matthews. Matthews is 0 for 1. He's walked back in the first. And that's another ground ball down the short. Same result. Matthews beats the throw over to first. Now there's 2 outs, and Matthews is down at first. And for Jeff Burris. And Burris is 1 for 1 today. He doubled and walked, drove in a run. Can he do it here again, folks? And that's going to be against the 10 against the 9. That's going to be a fly ball in the left field. George has got it for out number 3. The Braves strand 1. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Top of the order due up here in the 5th. You got Rose, Collins, and Morgan. Pete had a double his last time up in the 3rd. And that's going to be against the 5. That's going to be a single. Infield hit for Rose. So Pete's aboard again with an infield hit. And that'll bring up Collins now. And Dave is 0 for 2. He's flown out to both corners, left and right. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one out the right field. Matthews has got it for out number 1. Here comes Joe Morgan now. And Morgan's 0 for 2. He's flown out and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And Cheney's up with it. He's got the lead runner out. Now you got Morgan down at first and 2 outs for George. And George is 1 for 2. He doubled back in the 2nd. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Reds leave a runner at first. We go to the top of the 6th. It's still a 3-2 Braves lead here. We got Pokeroba due up, followed by Murphy and Cheney. Biff's 0 for 2. He does have an RBI in this game. And he's going to be 0 for 3 as that's lifted in the left field. George camps under it and makes the catch. Out number 1. Here comes the man, Murphy. He's 1 for 2 with that homer back in the 4th. And that's going to be a fly ball to deep center field, but Dave Collins got room out there near the track, makes the catch for out number 2. And now you got Cheney up. And Cheney's 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. 41 and an 8. Should be fielding column number 1, I would assume. And it is. And that's a nice play by Morgan. He's up with it. He fires over to first, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3, go to Braves. To the bottom of the 6th we go. We got Concepcion, Dreesen, and Knight due up. Davies 1 for 2 with an RBI single. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And that ball is hit into the gap in right field. So the Reds got the leadoff batter aboard on second. When tying run at second, go ahead run at plate. And Dan is 2 for 2, 2 singles in the game. And that's going to be lifted in the left field. Jeff's got it for out number 1. Let's see here. And Concepcion is going to stay put. He doesn't want to get thrown out at third. He'll probably score on a single anyway. Ray Knight's up now. He's 1 for 2. He struck out in single. 1 down runner at second is Concepcion. And that's going to be against the lefty. Make him an 8 and an 8. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Let's see here. Okay, base hit in the center field. 245. So a 54 or lower, he's safe. Can get Brian Asselton throw him out, and he's safe. That's an RBI single by Knight, and that just ties this game up at 3 apiece, folks. Go ahead, runs down at first, and only 1 out. The Braves need that double play. And Don is 0 for 2. Warner has flown out the right and left. And that's going to be a pop-up down the third. Gilchrist makes the call. And the catch out in shallow left for out number 2. And here comes Moscow. He's 0 for 2. Flown out and struck out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That'll end the inning. But the Reds tied this game up. It's 3 apiece as we go to the top of the 7th. We got Gilbreth. We'll have a pitch hitter for Easterly. And back to the top of the order. And Rod is 1 for 2. He is singled and flown out. And that's going to be against the righty. A 10. And that's going to be a nice play out there by Dave Collins in center field. He makes the catch for out number 1. Like I say, that's going to be it for Jamie. He pitched a decent game. 9 hits, 3 runs. Let's see, he's going to come off the bench here. And Office is going to come off the bench. See if Office can get on base here. Get the go-ahead run on base. Office is batting .323 on the year, 2 homers and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Dan takes it himself, calls off Paul, and that'll be out number 2. And Jerry Royster's up now, having a fine game. He's 2 for 3. He's got a double and a single in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart, Joe Morgan. That'll end the inning. The Braves go down in order. We go to the 7th inning stretch in a tie ball game. Yeah, he's going to come out of the bullpen. I think Rick Camp, we're going to give Rick Camp another chance here. Rick Camp got lit up the last time out. See if what he can do here. Can he keep this a tie ball game? Rick Camp comes out of the bullpen. And he'll be facing the top of the order, Rose, Collins, and Morgan. This is Camp's 12th appearance. He's 0-3 with 4 saves and a 7.88 ERA. Pete Rose is having another fine game. He's 2 for 3. He's doubled and singled. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Rick doesn't look like he's got his shit together today either. And Dave Collins is up now. Let's see. Pete Rose might take off here and try to steal. It'd be a 27. Yep, Pete's going to try to steal here. 53 or lower. He's safe. And he's in there with a stolen base. Pete Rose is now down at second with nobody out. Go ahead runs in scoring position for Dave Collins, who's 0 for 3. He's flown out to the left and right. Flew out to right twice. And that's going to be another fly ball out to right field. And 14, is that still filling column 1? Yes, it is. And that'll be a 540. $31. Pete's going to tag up here. And that'll be a 61 or lower. He's safe at third, and he is. So runner gets down in now 90 feet away. That'll force the Braves to bring the infield in for Joe Morgan. 1 out. So Morgan is 0 for 2. He's flown out, struck out, and grounded into a force play. And that's going to be a pop-up. Let's see here. That's going to be popped up behind home plate. Biff Pocoroba takes the mask off near the screen, makes the catch for a big out number 2. Now the Braves can bring the defense back. And Rose is down at third, and George is up. He's 1 for 3. He doubled back in the second. He has struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a base on balls. So George walks on down the first. Now you got Concepcion up with runners on the corners. Concepcion is having a hell of a game. He's 2 for 3. He has an RBI single, doubled in the sixth, and came around to score. Here's the pitch. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. See how far this goes. Against a righty. We'll make him a 14. And what was it? 7. And nice job out there in right field by Gary Matthews. The Sarge tracks that ball down, folks. Takes at least a single away, maybe a double, and keeps this a tie ball game. Tip of the cap to the Sarge. And we go to the top of the 8th, still tied up at 3-3. We got Asselton, Matthews, and Burris due up here against Paul. And do they want to make a move? He's pitching a damn good game. He is pitching a good game. Brian is 0 for 3. He's flown out, struck out, and grounded into a force play. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Collins and center field for out number 1. And the Sarge is up now. And Matthews is 0 for 2. He did walk back in the first, came around to score. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Concepcion for out number 2. Let's see if Jeff Burris can keep this 8th inning alive here. Get the Braves on the scoreboard. Burris is 1 for 2. He doubled and drove in a run in the first. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. And Ray Knight misplays that one. That's a single. And Burris is going to get down the second on the air. So now you got the go-ahead run in scoring position for Biff Pocoroba on the misplayed ball out there by Ray Knight. And now you got Biff up. He's 0 for 3. He does have an RBI. Can he get another one here, folks? And that's going to be a base on balls. And all this happening with 2 outs. And you got the man up, Dale Murphy. Can the Murph deliver here, folks? The Murph is 1 for 3. He homered back in the 4th. Can he do it again here in the 8th? And that's going to be a deep fly ball. Knight's back there. He doesn't misplay this one. He makes the catch at the warning track, and the Braves strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still knotted up at 3 apiece. We got Dreesen, Knight, and Warner due up here for the Reds. And Dan's having a good game. He's singled twice and flown out the left. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Camp strikes him out. That's Camp's first strikeout of the game. Now Ray Knight, who misplayed the 1 ball but tracked down Murphy's. He's having a good game. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI, 2 singles. And that's going to be a base hit. That's going to be an infield hit for Ray Knight. He's 3 for 4 today, folks. Knight's aboard here with 1 out. And Don's up. Warner is 0 for 3. He's flown out twice and popped up. Not this time. Warner gets a hold of this, and Rick Camp's going to try to blow this game, it looks like. And that's going to be, believe it or not, Warner's going to put on the Jets, and that's going to be an RBI triple, folks, in the right field. And now the Reds take a 4-3 lead. And we're going to have a pitch hitter for Paul. And Bear is going to be coming into the game to try to hold this lead. Let's see who's going to pitch hit here. And the Braves are going to have to bring the infield in. And let's see here. Probably going to make some changes here in the outfield. Bring in some defensive changes. That's for sure. Collins will probably come out of the game. Knight will probably come out of the game. So Mike Lum is going to come off the bench here. 1 out and a runner down at 3rd. And the Reds have got a 4-3 lead here. And Lum's batting .227 on the year. And he's got 1 homer and 5 RBIs. The defense obviously is in. Can't let him get any more runs here. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Lum out. We're out number 2, a big strikeout. And now you got Rose up. Defensive play back. Rose is 2 for 3 with a walk and a stolen base. He's doubled and singled. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gilbert. And he'll fire over to first. Sorry, that's going to be a, let's see here, a 35 on a 4. Let's see if it's a pop-up or a grounder. And it's going to be a grounder down the 3rd. He fires over to first. And that'll end the inning, but the Reds score 1. And take a 4-3 lead into the 9th inning here. And Doug Bear is going to come out of the bullpen. Let's see here. Yeah. He'll bat in the 9 spot. And then we're going to make some defensive changes here. some defensive changes. Griffey and Geronimo is going to come in the game. Geronimo is going to come in and play center field. Griffey's going to bat in that spot. Griffey will come in. He'll bat in a 2 spot if need be. He'll be playing right field. And Geronimo is going to come in and bat in the 7 spot. And he's going to play center field. So Griffey comes in. And Geronimo comes in for some defensive changes. It's a 1-run game. So now, like I say, you got Doug Bear, his 10th appearance. He's 1-1 with 4 saves. Griffey's playing right. Geronimo's in center. And you got the bottom part of the order due up here. Cheney, Gilbert, and Camp. We'll have a pitch hitter, obviously, for Camp. And Cheney's 0 for 3. He is grounded out twice and flew out. And that's going to be another ground ball down to Morgan for out number 1. And Gilbert's up now. And Rod is 1 for 3. He is singled and flew out to right and center. And he gets a hold of this one. The Braves ain't done yet, folks. Rod Gilbert. That's going to be a double in the right field. So the Braves got the tying run in scoring position. That'll be it for Camp. Let's see who can come off the bench and drive him in here against the righty. And it's going to be Bob Beals going to come off the bench. Can he get the job done? The switch hitting batter's going to come off the bench. So here comes Bob in the game. Bob deliver here, 1 out and a runner down at second. Bob's batting .355 on the year. No homers and 1 RBI. Can he get number 2 here, folks? With Gilbert's double, he's got great speed, actually. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. That will get the runner. No, it won't probably. That's going to be a pop-up down the third. Rose makes the catch. And the runner will have to stay put. And here comes the man that's having a hell of a game. Can he continue it? Jerry Royster is 2 for 4. He's doubled and singled. Can he deliver again here, folks, and tie this game up for the Braves? And he is going to swing and miss, and that's your ball game. The Reds win this one 4-3 and sweep the Braves. Sweep the Braves here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Take a look here at the box score. And the Braves 3 runs on 7 hits and no errors. The Reds 4 runs, 11 hits and 1 error. Jerry Royster had a hell of a game, 2 for 5. Jeff Burris was 2 for 3. Braves were only 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position, left 7 on. Murphy with the big homer. And the Reds, look at Pete Rose, 2 for 4 today. You had Concepcion and Dreesen, 2 for 4. And Ray Knight, first game of the year, goes 3 for 4, folks. The Reds were only 2 for 13 with runners in scoring position, left 9 on. Easterly pitched a damn good game. 6 innings, no decision. 9 hits, 3 runs, struck out 6. Camp comes in, goes to 0-4, 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, walked 2, struck out 2. Paul MOSKAU gets his second win of the year. He's 2-1, 8 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, walked 3, struck out 1, and gave up the homer to Murph. Bear comes in, gets his 5th save, 1 inning, 1 hit, and struck out 1. And let's play the rest of these National League games here. And the first one up is going to be the Phillies and the Cubbies out in Chicagoland. And the Phillies beat up on the Cubbies. Let's see what the star is. The Cubbies turned a triple play. Let's see what inning they turned a triple play in, folks. Go to the box score here. Where's the triple play at? There it is. Now we got to go to play-by-play here. See what kind of triple play it was, and we'll put it in there. What inning was that again? Go back here. That was in the 4th inning. Bottom of the 3rd. We went to top of the 4th. Top of the 4th. Here we go. So Lazinski's up. A hard grounder to 3rd. He steps on the bag, fires the 2nd. Reno turns and guns at the 1st. So it was a 5-5-4-3 triple play. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Let's go back. Put that in the notes here. Put that in the notes. It was a ground ball, 5-5-4-3 triple play. There we go. And Phillies 7 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The Cubbies 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors. Now we got the Mets traveling to Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates. And Robinson with that 1.29 ERA is on the mound, leading the National League with that ERA. He's got a 4-1 record. See what he does here against these Mets. And the Mets beat him up a little bit. And Zachary gets the shutout. And the Mets win 4-0. 7 hits and no errors. The Pirates, no runs, 5 hits and 1 error. Now you got the Dodgers traveling down the coast to take on the Padres. Gaylord Perry against Rick Rhoden. And the Dodgers beat up on the Padres. 13 runs, 14 hits, and 1 error. The Padres, 4 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. Then you got the Astros taking on the Giants out in San Francisco. And a close ball game. The Giants win 8-7 on 12 hits and no errors. The Astros 7 runs, 15 hits, and no errors. And the last game on the calendar is the Expos against the Cardinals. And the Expos win 6-2 on 13 hits and 1 error. Cardinals 2 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. Now let's check out the standings and the leaderboard after May 24th in the National League. And the Expos are a half a game up on the Phillies. The Pirates are a game and a half back. The Cubbies 3.5. The Mets 8.5. And the lonely Cardinals are 13.5 games back. The Dodgers are 4 games up on the Giants. The Astros are 8.5 games back. The Padres 9. The Reds are now 10 games back with a 4-game winning streak. And the poor Braves are now 13 games back and just got swept on a 3-game losing streak. And you got Larry Parrish now leading the National League with that 360 batting average. George with 12 homers and 43 RBIs leading the National League. Look at that. Murph's in second with homers with 9. And now Jim Barr for the Giants with a 1.64 ERA. Now you got Roden and Rogers with 7 wins. And you got Fingers and Keeson with 7 saves. George is still leading in the MVP voting. And Rick Roden now takes over the Cy Young lead. And let's see, the next game here in 1978 will be a Yankees game. Let's see who the Yankees will be playing in the pitching matchup. First, we'll save this. Okay, let's see here. So the Yankees don't play there. They will be the 23rd. And it'll be the Indians against the Yankees. Ron Guidry against Hood. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out of Cincinnati, Ohio, hit next time. Y'all take care and have a great day.